Hi Pisces, this is Lateesha Bynum Hinton, and I am astrologer and numerologist, and I am here with your weekly horoscope for the week of July the 29th through August the 4th. Okay, and this video is for Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising. So I want to show you, like I've shown all the other signs, I have drawn out a chart for you with the aspects that we can expect for this week. So when you see me looking down, that's what you see me looking at. Okay, and I have my calendar and where I've written the aspects of the changes that we will be experiencing this week. Now when we start out this week, we start out with some challenging aspects, and they are the ones that we were introduced to last week. We have the Sun squaring Uranus. We have Uranus squaring Mars, and then we have the Sun in an opposition to Mars. Okay, so what does this look like for you, Pisces? So for you, the Sun is in your 6th house, Mars is in your 12th house, and Uranus is in your 3rd house. Okay, so the 6th house, where the Sun is, has to do with your daily activities. It has to do with your routines that you have. It also has to do with health. Okay, so with the Sun in the 6th house opposing Mars in the 12th house, this could show up for you as some frustration that you have with the people that you work with. Okay, some anger that you have with the people that you work with. This could also show up as maybe some health issues, maybe some challenges, even psychological challenges that you may want to get therapy for with a therapist to work through the anger that you have subconsciously, because it could be brought to the fore at this point. Okay, and definitely taking out on the people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so that's a way that can show up. Then we have the square between the Sun and Uranus. So that is your 6th and your 3rd house. So there is a change that is coming in, or has already come in, because this energy started last week. Change that has or is coming in regard to your communication, your siblings, your cousins, short distance travel. It could be that you moved or short distance, and so with that change, sudden change, it changed your daily activities and the way that you operate, and your routine was changed completely because you had to move. It could be that a sibling that you have, a cousin, close neighbor, moved, and that changed your daily activity. But they are linked together, and it was a frustrating situation that caused the change to happen. Okay, and then we have the square from Uranus to Mars. So again, there's communication here, and a frustration between the communication and some anger that you have in your subconscious mind. All right, so with this, it could be the change that happened with your siblings, or with that short move that you had to make, has left you with some anger about the way that it came about, the way that the change had to happen, has left you with some subconscious anger that perhaps you have not expressed in the best way. Again, you may want to do yoga or some kind of meditative practice to help release that anger that you have in the subconscious. If not, it'll show up in your health, because you have your 12th house opposing the 6th house, and you don't want to have sickness come up because of repressed or suppressed anger. Okay, so that's something that you can see here. Now we move on to Monday. July the 30th, and we have Jupiter trine Neptune in Scorpio. All right, and this is a really beautiful energy. So you have Scorpio in the ninth house. The ninth house has to do with legal issues, dealing with the courts, dealing with immigration. The ninth house has to do with higher education, getting the master's degree, the doctoral degree, even the bachelor's degree, higher education. And so you have Jupiter sitting here, which is really good. Even long distance travel has to do with that. And it is in a trine with your first house, the house of self for you, okay? So this could open up all of those areas that I just mentioned. It could open up long distance travel for you in a beautiful way. This is lasting all week, this energy. So it could open up long distance travel. It could open up higher education. If there's a legal issue that you've been dealing with, it could be resolved this week. It could just come to a close. Okay? And then with Neptune there, you have the inspiration. Neptune gives you the inspiration to soar. Neptune helps you tap into the divine wisdom and divine light and divine insight. Okay? So that's what you can have here in all of these areas. Divine insight and expansion of them that lead to something very beautiful. Okay? And then we have a challenging aspect on Monday, July the 30th. We have the moon in your sign, Pisces, and it is in conjunct the sun. So an inconjunct shows up when the planets are 150 degrees apart. So it brings in a challenge where the planets don't quite understand what the other one is saying. So there's some confusion there. So for you, the sun is in Leo in your sixth house, and the moon is in your first house. So your daily activities, you feel unsettled with your daily activities. It's emotional for you. You don't feel at ease. Like I said, you might have just had a move because of that square between the sun and Mercury. The sun and Mercury, because Mercury's there, and Uranus. And so you moved, and so there's something there where you don't feel quite at ease about it, and it's affecting you. And it may be that you miss your mom. It may be that your mom moved. Okay, so these are some things that could show up here like that. All right, and it's affecting you. All right, then we have Saturn on the next day, on Tuesday, July the 31st. We have Saturn in Capricorn in a beautiful trine to Uranus in Taurus. So for you, Saturn is in Capricorn in your 11th house of groups and organizations that you are a part of. It's also about accolades and awards that you receive. All right, so you have Saturn there and Uranus in Taurus in your third house. So for you, this is an opportunity for you that you could receive some accolades, some celebration about the way that you have communicated. Maybe you wrote an article and you received celebration about that. Maybe you wrote a book, a short book, not a novel, but you wrote just maybe you wrote a poem, or you wrote a book, a self-help book, or any type of book, and you wrote a book, and you could have been receiving celebration, awards, accolades for the work that you have done in this area. This is a way that this could show up for you. Okay, if you are a salesperson, and you have done well in sales. The third house rules sales and advertisement. So if you are a salesperson and you've done outstanding work in sales, you could be receiving accolades here for that under this aspect. Okay, then we have Venus in Virgo in an opposition to the moon. So that moon that is in your sign in Pisces, Venus is standing across from that in your house of partnership in the 7th house. So this for you could show up as you not feeling love from your partner, understood. The love language may be off for either side. Your partner could be feeling that way, or you could be feeling that way. And this is love partner or business partnership. So the business partner may not be feeling appreciated, may not be feeling celebrated, or vice versa. It could be you. So this is something to look out for here. Be aware of. Okay. Then on Wednesday, August the 1st, we have Mercury in an inconjunct aspect to Pluto. Mercury is in Leo in the retrograde. Mercury went retrograde July the 26th, and the retrograde status will last through August the 18th when Mercury was stationed in Go Direct. And then Pluto is in Capricorn, and so again that is going to be your 11th house where you can receive some accolades. Mercury going retrograde. So since we have an inconjunct here, this is a difficult aspect. So Mercury is in your 6th house, and so this may be that some group that you are part of, there may be some power struggles. You may be in a group that you work with often, and they are part of your routine, and you volunteer your time to this group, but then there are some power struggles going on within leadership, and of course you feel very uncomfortable with all of that. Okay, so that is something that could be happening, coming in on Wednesday, August the 1st. Then we have the moon in Aries. Moon in Aries on August the 2nd, Thursday, August the 2nd. We have the moon in Aries in another inconjunct conversation with Jupiter in Scorpio. So again, the moon in Aries is in your 2nd house of income, and we have Scorpio in the 9th house. So for you, this could be Jupiter is here, so this could show up for you in a way that perhaps you overshot. You might have thought that you were going to be admitted to a school. You applied to a school, you did all the work, you wrote all the essays, you did the interview, you did everything, and you did not you didn't get accepted because maybe you didn't have the grades that they needed. Maybe you didn't have the work that they needed you to have. Maybe you didn't have the scores on the GRE or the SAT or something of that nature that caused you not to be able to get into that school. Okay, so this is a way that this could show up. It could also show up with finances that you thought that you were going to have for a particular career. Maybe you were going to be or maybe you are an educator, maybe you are a professor at the university, and you thought that you were going to receive a certain amount of income for your work, only to find out that they are not able to pay you that amount. Okay, and so this is a way that this could show up. All right, and it brings a sadness and disappointment to you. Okay, so then we have on Friday, August 3rd, we have Venus in Virgo in an inconjunct to the moon in Aries. So Venus of course, is in your 7th house of partnership. And with the moon in Aries, we have this is working with your 2nd house. So for you, this is a misunderstanding about the income that you have and your partner, and perhaps what they bring in. So it could be about income, or it could be very much about your partner making you feel valuable, helping you with your help boost your self-esteem because they understand you so well. So this could show up in a way where you have a partner who does not really fully understand you, or really make you feel valuable. I feel more so that this is what could be showing up here, that, between partnership, that either work partnership or partnership, a business partnership, or a romantic partnership could show up where they, the things that they say to you make you feel unloved, or the things they don't say to you make you feel unloved. Okay? And it could be vice versa. It could be that they feel that way regarding you, that you don't make them feel loved and appreciated and valued. All right? So that's something definitely to work on. Okay? Because we don't want our partners feeling like that. We want people who have been brought into our lives to feel loved and appreciated. If we want to continue forward with the relationship, it's worth working on. Communication and making a person, understanding a person's love language is worth working on. Okay? So you can have that blessed friendship and love relationship and partnership, work partnership, business partnership. It's so important to make people feel valued and valuable to you. All right? Those who are. Then on Saturday, August the 4th, we have Pluto trine the moon. Pluto is in Capricorn, and the moon is in Taurus. Okay, so this is a beautiful aspect. The trine is a harmonious aspect. So we have Pluto and Capricorn in your 11th house of groups and organizations that you are in, accolades. Then we have the moon in Taurus in your 3rd house of communication. So this could be an area for you where you, because of your gift of communication, you move to a leadership role and receive a lot of applause and celebration. And this is perhaps in a group that you are in, a group that you are part of, organization that you are part of. This could also show up in the siblings, your siblings or neighbors or close cousins. Perhaps they could be receiving some accolades or celebration for the work that they have done, and receive a position of authority because of it. Okay? Now, lastly, we have the sun in Leo in a square aspect to the moon in Taurus. Now the square brings up internal frustration. So the sun is in Leo in your 6th house of your daily work, your health, open enemies. Okay, people who are openly your enemy. All right, that's the 6th house, and a square to the moon in Taurus. And so this is in your 3rd house of communication. So this could very well be an enemy who is open about the fact that they are your enemy and that they are not on your team. Somebody that you work with on a day-to-day, somebody you see on a day-to-day, and part of your someone who's a part of your daily routine. It could show up in this way. All right. It could also show up in the fact that your communication with your co-workers is frustrated. okay, because we do have Mercury here in a retrograde status. So this could bring some frustration with that. And then we're talking about the moon, which is what makes you feel comfortable, okay, and makes you feel safe. So with this square here, the moon the moon also can represent hidden things. So again, this could be someone who is really not on your team, and then it comes out that they're not on your team, that they have been speaking against you, speaking out about you, talking about you negatively behind your back or something like that. Could show up. Could show up for your siblings if you have, you know, brothers or sisters or cousins. It could happen in their lives. Okay, maybe not your life, but it could happen in their lives, okay, because the third house, the moon is happening in the third house. This could happen for your mother because the moon represents the mother. So your mom could be having some issues with people that she works with, and she calls you and she tells you about it. So that's something that you could see coming in here. All right. Now, my name is Lateesha Bynum Hinton. This is all that I have for you this week, Pisces. I thank you so much for watching, and I ask that you please subscribe to my channel, that you like and share my videos. That would be awesome. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, I have lots of different types of readings that I offer. I offer relationship readings, synastry, so you can take a look and see if there's somebody that you are interested in, how this relationship can play out, if it has a chance, if there will be particular struggles that are deal breakers for you. We can take a look at that. We can also look at your birth chart if there are some unresolved issues that you have, if you are stagnant, stuck in an area and you really want to move forward. We can look at your birth chart and we'll be able to see what is going on. Also, if you want to make a career change, you feel like you are very unhappy in the career that you are in and you feel like it does not suit you, we can look at your birth chart and I can do a career reading for you, put together a package for you, and we can take a look at the areas where you would best shine and be able to use all of the gifts that you have come here with. Okay, so look me up, LateeshaBynumHinton.com. Remember, no matter what happens, the universe is on your side, no matter what. I thank you. The universe is conspiring to bless you. I definitely want to say that part. Thank you so much, and I will see you later. Have a great week.